Hello, everyone. Here is the second lesson in preparation of your essay for the topic, the impact of pandemics. As always, it is the same inquiry question for the essay. How did the struggle to deal with pandemics shape our society? Here is the essay organizer that you're going to use to help with the essay. The focus for today is just going to be the introduction paragraph. And in the introduction paragraph, you're going to identify the documents, the articles, the reading materials, and the multimedia videos that support and go against your position. That's an important part because in the introductory paragraph, okay, you're going to talk about all the information sources that support your thesis statement and the ones that go against your thesis statement. Now, to start this introduction paragraph, you have to create a thesis statement. If you're not sure what a thesis statement is, please listen carefully to this video link provided.
Today we're going to talk about how to write a thesis statement. Learning how to write an essay is one of the most important skills you learn as an English student. When you write a strong essay, you are showing that you can not only write clearly, but that you have interesting ideas and can think critically as well. The most important part of an essay, and where you really show off your ideas, is the thesis statement. A thesis statement is a one-sentence explanation of your essay that states the point of your essay and tells the reader what it will be about. Every thesis statement is made up of two essential parts, a topic and a claim. The topic is pretty easy to understand. It's the topic of your essay, like Billy Joe from Out of the Dust, or maybe release if your essay is on the giver. The claim is where you make your point or state your opinion about your topic.
I'm going to leave that part so that you're clear on that. So you have to have the topic, which is in this case the impact of pandemics. You're also going to have the claim where you state your position, your perspective on the topic. And the easiest way to do that for our specific essay will be to simply go with the inquiry question. How did the struggle to deal with pandemics shape our society? Make sure you include this statement in your essay, okay? And then you determine the struggle to shape our society improved our society for the better, or possibly it did not improve our society, and we're dealing with more problems as a result of pandemics. It all depends on your perspective. Now let's go back to this video.
Let's look at some examples. If I'm writing an essay about Out of the Dust, and have chosen to write about Billy Joe's actions throughout the book, my thesis statement might be, Billy Joe's grief causes her to act selfishly. The topic of this statement is Billy Joe's grief, and my claim, my point or opinion about her grief, is that it causes her to act selfishly.
So think about applying that for our pandemic essay. Have the topic, there have been major impacts relating to pandemics in our society. These impacts have been at the benefit of our society because it's made us stronger. Or you could have the opposite opinion. The impact of pandemics has not improved our society at all.
Or perhaps I am writing an essay about release in The Giver. My thesis statement might read, release is cruel and is used to control the members of Jonas's community. The topic of this thesis statement is release, and my claim is that it is cruel and used to control the community. So how do you write your own thesis statement? The easiest way to write a thesis statement is to simply take the question you have been asked and answer it. For example, let's take
You're going to hear that part, her example, but I want to really focus on that. You take the question that was answered in the inquiry question, and then you answer it. And once you answer it, you provide your own opinion or perspective, and that will create the thesis statement.
Take the question, why is Ms. Clark important in students' lives? The question is asking about Ms. Clark, so that becomes your topic. Your claim is therefore going to be about why she is important to students. That's what the prompt is asking you to answer. I know what you're thinking right now. Oh my gosh, there are so many reasons. What will I choose? She inspires students to work hard, values my opinions, has a sense of humor of a middle schooler, wears awesome scarves, and is clearly a super cool person outside of school.
What she's getting at is it doesn't matter what you say in terms of your interpretation of Miss Clark's importance. All that matters is that you provide a perspective. Whether you would think Mrs. Clark is important, not important, or how she is important, that would be the claim part of your thesis statement.
And is basically my hero. That's a lot of reasons. I get it. It can be overwhelming. But here's what you're going to do. Choose a claim that you can talk about and analyze for at least 3 paragraphs. While Ms. Clark's scarves are pretty awesome, there's not a lot to talk about there. So let's go with inspiring students. Here's our thesis statement. Ms. Clark is important because she inspires students. Or, if you want to kick it up a notch and break away from using the words of the prompt, you can say, Ms. Clark inspires her students. This seems like a
Different thesis statements, but they are both have the same goals. One uses the the question, restates it, and then puts a perspective. Okay, forget about the fact that she misspelled inspires. It's no big deal. The second one does not use the prompt inquiry question at all, just creates their own. It is up to you. If you feel comfortable creating your own thesis statement without using the inquiry question, you can. But if you'd like to simply restate the question and then put in your perspective on pandemics, you can. Okay. Now I'm going to leave this video in the link in its entirety if you'd like to look at it without my interruptions. But getting back to this now, after we develop the thesis statement, we're going to focus on the different reading sources that we use in our historical packet. And then it's going to be simply for the second sentence, you're going to simply state the sources that support your thesis statement. You're going to briefly come up with the main idea behind these sources, how they support your statement. What's the main idea? What's the ultimate message that's being sent from each article? And we'll get into the specifics when we do our class meeting, whether remote or in class. Okay, so that would be the third sentence, the main idea. The second sentence, to reiterate, is simply state the sources that support your thesis statement. Don't write anything else but that. The third sentence is the main idea. The fourth sentence is now the counter sources. You're going to state the sources that go against your thesis statement, that have a different perspective. So if your focus is that the struggle with pandemics helped our society, then in this fourth sentence, you're going to come up with articles or sources that show that pandemics made our society better and we weren't able to persevere over pandemics. So that's the fourth. The fifth sentence is simply to state the main idea of these articles that go against your position. Just simply state briefly why these articles show that pandemics were either support your thesis statement or go against. And the final sentence in the introductory paragraph is your summary. Just simply finish concluding the sentence and then which will lead to the body paragraphs, which we will do in another video instruction. So we're going to be working on this in class, okay? The main focus is to start with that thesis statement, and then we'll hopefully be able to get to the other sentences. Okay? Thank you very much.